Hey guys, what is going on? We have a little bit of a special for you today.
Ooh, a special.
We're going hashtag FABQ because Johnny McBride from Crafty Beer Reviews tagged us in this. And this all started with Tasting Nitch. And if you don't know Tasting Nitch, she does a bunch of different like beer reviews and just kind of like beer talk in general. Mm-hmm. She's awesome. You gotta check her out. But what this is, 9 questions for the beer geeks like us who review beer on YouTube and get made fun of by our students.
Girl,
that's right.
It's a Saturday night special.
Saturday night special, baby.
Saturday night special. With this, we're going to go on to our first question of hashtag FABQ, and that is, how did you get into beer geeking and why beer?
So never was really into beer growing up or getting into college and things like that. Mostly just like Natty Light, Natty Ice, Four Locos.
Yeah.
And then my father-in-law, well, what would become my father-in-law for my birthday, got me one of those Samuel Smith beer kits.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
It's got like an IPA, a porter, a stout, and like a brown ale.
Right.
And most of them I hated, but I remember really liking the brown ale. Thinking, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's so much different from what you're used to getting.
Totally.
So.
And it came with a cool little pub glass. I just thought the whole thing was kind of cool, and so I just started going and getting craft beer from our now defunct hashtag rest in peace Andersons.
Oh, poor one out.
And I don't know. And beer to me just has so much variety. I think I was more drinking wine with my wife before beer. I liked wine because it was like every single wine you tried was different. Mm-hmm. And beer offers that same exact thing. And I think even with beer, I think there's even probably more of a wider variety of styles and flavors that you can do. So,
oh yeah, it's crazy.
To me, it was sort of like an adventure that you could never finish.
Right. For me, it all started in college. Towards the end of my college career, I went to this bar called Steinkeller's out in Miami of Ohio. Awesome little beer bar down there. And they have all these German styles, and they serve them in these big steins. And so I was having, as like a college senior who doesn't know anything about beer, I was having Dunkels and these Vienna lagers and these Hefeweizens, and I had no idea what was going on. It was awesome. But then we met up when we started teaching at this little school in Toledo, which we no longer teach at together, but we were like, hey, we both like beer. Let's just do this. Let's just start logging everything.
I think that really started when you invited me over to brew.
Yeah.
I think that's really when we started drinking beer together. And I really got opened up to IPAs after we brewed, and I held the hops in my hands. So, yeah, kind of brewing and then just journaling our beers we've had and making this tiny little blog, and here we are.
Yeah. All right. Question number 2, the one that will never be a good answer is, what's your favorite beer?
I'm going to give 2 answers.
Okay.
My favorite beer of all time and my favorite beer to just go get.
Okay.
Okay?
Hold on. Before we even say this, I have a feeling we're
going to have the same
We're going to have the exact
answer?
same answers, but it's okay. Go ahead.
All right. So my favorite beer of all time is, you just want to do this on 3 and see if we get it at the same time?
Yeah.
All right.
3,
2, 1.
BCBS Proprietors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Proprietors version of.
Stupid.
Yeah, really like.
Stupid good. Oh my God. It's beautiful. That was the closest thing to religion in beer that I've ever seen in my life. It was unreal.
Phenomenal. My favorite beer just to go out and grab like at any time. I will always love getting the crisp.
The crisp.
Yeah,
solid.
from 6 Point, their Pilsner.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
That is a good one. But Fresh Squeezed is always my go-to
was
IPA. If I can find that or push that at anyone, that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of all over the place. I don't like to drink the same beer multiple times. Mm-hmm. So unless it's like I know,
but if you need a
good,
safe option,
yes, I try to explore a little bit. So
all right, question 3: if you could have one beer forever, what would it be? And I know we kind of touched on this a little bit that last one, but if you could only have one more beer forever,
oh man,
what would it be?
See, and I feel like that is so weather dependent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where are you at?
Where am I? Am I on a deserted island? If I'm on a deserted island, I'm going like some type of really dry.
I'll say right here. You're here in Northwest Ohio.
Northwest Ohio, forever. Franziskaner, the Hefe from Franziskaner. It's just like it's my go-to, easy drinking. Love this beer. Could have it any time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those. If I just needed one, I will never get sick of that.
If I had to get one beer for the rest of time, I would probably go Bell's Two Hearted.
Okay.
rock solid, phenomenal beer.
Number 4. How can you drink so much and how do you stay healthy?
By not drinking so much.
Who said we're healthy? I mean, that's question number 1. Look at me. I'm not. I would say we both kind of focus on this in terms of not drinking a lot during the week.
Yeah.
I mean, we do this every couple of weeks. We get together and shoot, and this is when we drink the most. I mean, maybe on weekends we'll go out and get some drinks with friends or whatnot, but I'm not like a have a beer every single day kind of guy.
I was, and I think if you kind of go through the history of our videos, you can sort of see our weight fluctuate.
We are completely up and down the whole time.
So we get really healthy, then we drink a lot. I mean, I don't drink almost at all outside of our shooting days.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be fit and drink every single day unless you are just genetically better.
To stay healthy, we both are, I could say, quote unquote runners. We both run a lot. He's done a full marathon now. Congrats to him. I don't get it. But we did a half together, and we run, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, depending on what we do. So this is what beer does plus 3 times a week running.
Yeah. It's hard to outrun a beer diet.
It really is. Number 5, are you an alcoholic?
Doesn't every alcoholic say no?
Yeah, every alcoholic, that's a sign of being an alcoholic, because you say you're not an alcoholic.
I don't know what the right answer is. I don't think I am. I don't drink very much, and when I do, I can stop.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't think that I am.
I think the real sign of an alcoholic is you can't say no. And I've said no plenty. Actually, I was out to dinner with my girlfriend the other day, and I was trying to stay healthy. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to take a water. And she goes, I hate you. I said, all right, I'll get a beer. It's like, it's not something I need to have, although I love it. So I think there's a difference there.
Yeah. What is your favorite ingredient?
Ooh, this one fluctuates a lot. I would say when I'm brewing, I don't know of a brewer or a beer lover who doesn't instantly think hops, because when you actually hold hops and use hops and smell them, it's unlike any other ingredient you use. But I'm beginning to kind of understand how important, I've always known how important yeast is, but kind of like the awesomeness that yeast brings to beer. Mm-hmm. And when you have these different sour beers and you have these different Belgian styles, even if you don't love the big funky Belgians, that yeast character is so critical to the beer flavor. Yeah. It's hard to pick between those two.
Yeah, I too will go with the hops. So I enjoy anything that imparts kind of like a real nice juiciness. Like whatever Fresh Squeeze uses, I'm all about that. So same thing with Two Hearted. I love sort of like those really nice, vivacious, juicier hops. So I think those, you can just play so much with the flavors of beers, when and how much and the style. So I think hops are the king.
Yeah. Number 7, do you brew?
No. I have. Yeah. I don't.
You don't. I do. Hopefully professionally here soon. And it's been, 7-8 years now since I've started. I basically did it fresh. I was doing it in college, but at the end of my college career when I was 21.
Right.
And so now it's kind of a thing where once you start, it's hard to stop. It's a very expensive hobby if you're going to do it big, but it's hard to stop for me. Like, I just want to keep brewing and trying new things and experimenting. I'm a tinkerer, so that's all part of my nature. It just fits right in with who I am. I love it.
I don't like to clean, so it's out for me.
That's true.
It's a no for me.
What was your first beer? Hey kids, look away.
Technically, I remember my first beer.
I remember my first beer.
I was in 8th grade at a science fair down at Ohio State, and I went out to dinner with my mom and her friend, and he offered me a sip of his Guinness, and I thought it was the most vile, disgusting thing I'd ever had consumed. I think as a pseudo-adult when I was in college, the first beer I'm cognizant of is Bud Ice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was like a first?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't drink in high school.
And my brother used to have parties at my house, and I remember it was a Rolling Rock. Because I was like, I was like, oh, Rolling Rock. Yeah. Okay, this is classy.
Yeah.
And
I love.
I don't think I've had a Rolling Rock since the first time.
Dude, I love Rolling Rock. That's a good beer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that was my first, and then it went into college, and the rest is history. Lastly, for #FABQ is, Who in the beer world do you look up to?
I don't have anybody specifically, but I think, you have like your Sams, which are cool, but like, I don't know. I think when we go and do like beer tours and we meet the brewers or the owners, it's always really impressive to hear their stories of them starting small and then growing or just like taking the risk. And so I really enjoy just sort of like the faceless people behind the breweries.
I mean, I'm going to go with the stereotypical Sam Calagione because we talk about him all the time. And he's one of those people who I think especially for this up-and-coming like batch of brewers who want to be brewers, he's one of those people who inspire you to be different because everyone can follow a trend. Anyone can make an IPA, a brown, whatever. But he changes the game up a lot when he tries to do these different things. And so that to me is kind of awesome. And his whole story of starting so small and just working his ass off until he finally made it was really cool. I think from what we've done, Andy Tavikram is my number one.
He's a good
Since
one.
The coolest dude we've met so far has to be Andy.
I'll tell you who I don't look up to. Aaron from Dark Horse. I don't look up to you. I think you're a jerk and not a great guy. So
Michigan.
Yes. So I'm not a fan of him, so you can take that one to the bank. And I don't care if I ever meet him again. I'll tell him to his face, you were rude.
He was rude to us at
I do not care. I don't look up to him. So that's a question I'll flip back to you people. Who don't you look up to?
I'll tell you the one who I wish I looked up to more than I do is Sean Hill. He's very like coy with answers. He's like, oh, what kind of yeast do you use? Well, my yeast. Maybe that's just the media portraying him or like brewer insiders saying that he's kind of that way. But if he is, that's messed up. I don't like that. So
those are
I never met him.
Those are our beer anti-heroes.
Yeah. Speaking of anti-hero, I could go for one right now.
Those aren't bad. And with that, thank you for challenging us to answer these questions. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, Johnny, thank you.
So we are going to flip it, and we are going to call out at least a few people.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and call out Dave's Beer Reviews. So you're an Ohio boy just like us, and you have some interesting thoughts, so we're going to call you out, and then we're also going to call out
Keith, and I'm going to say Keith and Company, which is I think what the new name should be for Beer Bros, because it's always Keith, and every time I look, different partner.
Yeah, so Trouble Brewing,
you guys Studios, you guys, and then Rod J Beer Ventures down in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Ron's actually had a chance to meet him or at least talk to him on camera.
Yeah, we've hung out on Google.
And he seems like a pretty cool guy, so down there, you guys, 9 questions, #FABQ. See you later.